Hello, 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 everyone. Hi. Let me give everyone a good old ham hi out there. It is I, the lovable ham Zarataro here with Yo. You like that? It's a talk show where I bring on a guest, a VTuber, streamer, content creator, and we share with them something they love, something they enjoy, something that is super special, awesome. And y'all must know about it. It's a rule, it's a law. The law of the jungle. That's why we're in a forest. I don't know why. I can't see the forest for the trees, but here we are. We have an awesome guest with us here today. Let us introduce the amazing, the super hilarious GobbieLynne. Hello, hello.
Hi there. Oh my goodness. Hi. Here, let me.
Hi, hi. Oh, thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me. You know what? I should be small so I can sit on this couch. Honestly, I didn't think about that. I should have done that before. Let me just hop. Let me just hop into something more comfortable. Oh shit!
Ah,
Throw
the boot. Yeah.
Show all. Shit! I forgot there was things on there. Don't worry about it. I'll just hop up on this couch really quickly. Make it easier.
Ah, the boot. I love the boot.
Thank you.
Oh man. Well, for everyone that is unaware, unalerted, unlearned, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm GobbieLynne, Goblin VTuber. I am a very scuffed goblin. I have a repertoire of games that I like to play. I also do Gunpla. I also do I'm hoping to do some painting Warhammer streams as well. And
Oh.
yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I like to do. I've been streaming for about almost 2 years now. And I like to do chat interactive streams that kind of make chat a part of what's going on. So yeah.
Well, I am very glad you're able to join us here today. And I gotta ask, what was the last gunplay you did?
Oh, actually, believe it or not, the last gunplay I did was the Hello Kitty mix gunpla, where
Yay!
it was mixed with the Zaku too. So I'm very happy for that collaboration because it was fucking cute. And the other thing I did recently that I did on stream was actually not a Gundam. It was the One Piece Red Special Edition boat from One Piece.
Oh, snap.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's Shanks' ship, but I'm very happy about it.
Oh, man, so much Shanks lately.
Oh, man. Yep.
But let us go ahead and bring up the topic for today. We are talking about a legendary series that needs no introduction, but let us introduce it. Final Fantasy!
Yes! I'm very excited about it, actually. Very excited about Final Fantasy.
Oh, man. I don't know about you. Final Fantasy was my introduction to probably like the disc-based generation of gaming. Like
Yes!
like when you're like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, it's like okay, yeah, this is just like a level, but then it felt like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 was just like the next level, and then you're like,
Yeah.
this is gonna changing gaming forever.
Yeah, definitely. God. I think my first Final Fantasy was probably 7, I want to say. But no, was it 7? I don't know. When I played it, I remember thinking, wow, this is really fun. Like there's so many like games like it that I really loved because I loved JRPGs growing up. But there was just something about, oh God, just the motifs coming from each game from one to the other that just was like, oh, I know that's a chocobo. Oh, there's a Moogle. Oh, there's like, every time you saw those familiar characters, you fucking lost your mind because you were like, oh, okay, what is this gonna be the same? Am I gonna have to save Sid? Is Sid somewhere? Like you're looking for those nostalgic pieces.
Where is the Sid? Give me the Sid now.
Where's the Sid of the game?
Oh man. I know 8 was my first one back in the day.
Oh my God.
So I always have a soft spot for 8. People harp on it, but I'm like, no, 8 and Triple Triad are forever have a soft place in my heart.
I have so many friends that love 8, and I understand. It's one of those ones where it's like I have to play it again now as like an adult. I definitely played it as a kid, and I was like, there's a lot of drama in this. There's so much drama, and I didn't get it as a kid. But like older me would probably appreciate it, so I gotta go back and do it.
I need to go back and play it because I played it so wrong as a kid. I didn't realize the enemies scaled level with you.
Oh my
I had such a hard time at the end game. Like, the final boss had, like, infinite life because, of course, I was like, yeah, I can get to level 99. I'll be unstoppable. No.
Oh my
No, it
god.
don't work like that.
Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, like, my favorite is still 9 and 10. I loved 9 and 10, and
Oh, those are up there. They're in my top 10.
yeah,
Oh man.
nine's definitely like just has a soft place in my heart. There was so many people when I grew up didn't know what 9 was at all. They thought like I remember just being like, I just really like 9, and everyone was like, yeah, but have you played like 7 or like 10 or like any of the other ones? I was like, yeah, I have, and I just really like 9. Like,
Like seven's cool and all, but I mean, come on, Zidane and Vivi.
God, I loved it. I like the characters. I think the characterization of 9, besides, I think the only one that didn't get that much was Red Amaranth, but like everyone else
Yeah.
had such good character design and character personality and actually grew that I still love them to this day. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, 9 is amazing. It's getting a lot of like new press too.
I'm so happy. Yeah.
Like a show. They say they're working on an anime or a show. They say it's like there's a game of some kind coming out. Like everyone is saying, like
Yeah, there's gonna be something.
so
Hopefully.
something.
I'm hoping. I'm very excited. Like I'm so happy that like 9 started getting traction around the second Dissidia. And when the second Dissidia came out, a lot of people were like, "Hey, Zidane's pretty cool. Are people playing 9?" And then people were like, "I've been playing 9 my whole life," and I was like, "Me too." You know, so.
I liked Zidane before everyone realized he was cool.
I liked Zidane before, but I'm happy. I'm just happy that it's getting the love it deserves because it was like this cool steampunky, very cool, like all like it's got such a nice theme. Oh no, everyone's dying around me. Oh no, Kuja can blow up blow up planets. Oh, okay, cool. All right.
When you first get to the rat village and everyone's dead, you're like, oh, this is a game.
Hermesia, nope, doesn't exist anymore. Oops, like just okay. I guess I die here today. I guess I'm dead.
I hope you're ready to lose a fight.
Oh, I love it.
Get Bib Clutton in your place.
It's so good. It's so good. I think it's very under, like now it's getting appreciated, but I remember everyone being like, okay, I love 7, 8, 10, 11. I'd be like, no!
It's so crazy because like a lot of people started at 7, so they had this kind of like modern, kind of like steampunk future tech thing, and
Yeah.
FF8 even kind of like draws line between there's a lot of outdoors, but we have like magical spaceships and super robots, and then they're like FF9's like, oh, it's a fantasy story with mages and kingdoms, and everyone's like, oh, that's so weird. That's not Final Fantasy. It's like, no, that's exactly Final Fantasy.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
It is the most Final Fantasy.
How is that not fucking Final Fantasy? Have you played 1? Like, come on. Yeah, I think because industrial kind of like sci-fi Final Fantasy, and like around then was the movie The Spirits Within, which was definitely more in line with like a 7 versus like 7 and 8 versus a 9, you know? So
Yeah.
and then you get the post-apocalyptic 10, you know, like it's very like in the whole like scheme of it, people were like, oh yeah, well, it's not like these 2 games out of 10, so it's not a Final Fantasy. It's like, no, look at literally all the other ones.
They're like, no, we don't want to. They didn't come out in the States. They're like, they kind of did.
Oh my God.
They were on the Super Nintendo. They're cool.
They're cool too. Shut up.
Oh no, the Super Nintendo one. 4 is actually probably like my favorite one, but I never actually got to play them until the anthologies on PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yes. That's awesome. I think I loved playing 5. I actually
5 is so fun. Five's job system is underappreciated to all hell.
Yes, 100%. Ferris, best character. Ferris, best.
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down, best character. I loved that fucking reveal. Everything about it was so cool. And then I was like, I'm a Ferris stan for life. You can't stop me. This is where I live. So
Pirate Queen.
Pirate fucking Queen. Girl boss. Fucking pussy pop off. I loved her so much.
Yes.
I love her so much. And I think that's why I have such a thing for pirates now. Like, it's like, oh, is there a pirate queen? Sign me up.
Final Fantasy could use more pirates. I do agree.
They should. They should do more pirates. Come on. Learn from 5. Come on, you got this.
Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. We believe in y'all. So... Oh man, I totally lost track of my questions.
Go ahead,
okay. No, it's okay because we're running through them like naturally.
Absolutely.
Oh man. So when it comes to the games, is there any like particular aspect that you find like always catches you?
Oh fuck. Thing that always gets me. Well, at first I would say that like I always am excited to meet the characters. I'm always excited to see where they're going to, like, how they're going to kind of fit those roles beforehand, because, you know, there's always a healer, there's always a fighter, there's always a... So I always try to see how their personalities match up or don't match up. And I love finding, like, when they put, like, the little Easter eggs in, like, oh, here's a Chocobo, here's a Moogle, here's a... I absolutely love that. And then the gaming system is always different no matter what game it is. Like, they're trying something new every time. And I do appreciate that, because then it would be the same game, and Final Fantasy does try to change it up after a while.
They really do. Like, there's no game sequentially that plays the same. Even like 10 and 10-2.
Yeah, different.
Just so different. So different.
Absolutely.
Like...
They just don't like to be boring at all. They're like, nah, we gotta add something. We gotta make something happen.
They were working on Final Fantasy 2. They're like, should we stick to D&D? And then the guy's just sitting in the chair and he just goes, no.
No. I think that's another thing, is that like they don't go like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, they go, it's broken, fix it every time. There's nothing else you can do.
We got the summons. All right, next game, change their name. They're Eidolons now. All right, change their name. They're Guardian Forces. All right,
it doesn't fit the
all right, we changed it.
It doesn't fit the setting.
We're back again. They're Eidolons.
No, these are primals. It's like, no, you could have said Eidolons, Aeons. Any of them would have still been fine. No, it doesn't fit the setting. It doesn't fit my narrative. You could just back off. It's back off. Icons. They're icons now. It's just
yes.
So fucking funny how they just change it. They go, no. I know what you knew before. I know what you knew. But that's shit. That's shit.
That's done. That's done. It's in the past. We took that concept, we threw it out the window. Now we're doing something else.
It's like, I wouldn't give a shit if they were the same. I would not give a shit if they were all called Aeons or Summons or Primals. I wouldn't give a shit. But they were like, no. Doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit.
No. Materia stays the same though.
Oh yeah. What are they going to change the name of it? All right, I've got the shiny fire rock.
Yeah. I've got the gemstone. It's like, what gemstone? This one or the one you put in your plate? I don't know. Like, no, the materia is materia. Like Phoenix down, but like when it comes to summons, no.
Oh man, I remember the old days when it was like Fire 2, Fire 3, Fire 4.
Oh my god, when you had so many different fires, and then it was fire, ra.
I always get confused. Is Aga or Aja better?
Aga
it's
is
like
better than Aura, Aga.
One game was like, oh, Aja hits everyone. Aga only hits one person. I'm like, why?
How am I supposed to know? They're just letters at the end that you made up, you assholes. How am I supposed to know?
What is good? Try it all. Just do it.
They're all so good. I don't know. Just put another G on it. It'll be fine, you know?
Just do it. Oh, man. I'd say the craziest thing in the games is like whenever they give you the status effects spells and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, oh, cool, I've got sleep. I probably can't ever use this effectively on anything.
No. I'm glad I got it, I guess. I'll use it one time and then forget I have it, you know?
I think it's one thing I like about 4. Like, it's so busted because every boss has 100% immunity to slow.
Oh my god! So you're just done.
Yeah, no, like just say, boss is slow. Now I can actually have some turns.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh man, there was someone I watch, a German spy. He did a round against Kefka in FF6 where he used it was like the romancing spell that Gal can learn.
Yeah.
And basically Kefka just hit himself until he killed himself.
That's insane. What?
I'm like, I didn't even know you could do anything like that to him. It's like, yeah, some bosses are just immune to one status effect, and you'll never know. You'll never know.
That's so cool. That's like the Seymour fight in 10, where that when you find out that you can just heal him to death, then you just heal him to death. That's it. You just
healing a boss to death is my favorite thing in a game. That. It's like, oh, here's the next potion.
Yeah, bye.
Just go. Bye.
Goodbye. I love
man, have you ever played Mystic Quest?
Yes, actually, I had that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Final boss is like, oh, here you go. Here's a cure. It does like 999999999 damage, and you're like, what? How?
Oops, I didn't mean to select you, or did I? Oh, big brain.
Who would have ever tried that? And it's like it just works.
Yeah, absolutely. That zombie guy in the train death in 8. Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Train.
The
oh my god.
Fake prime minister.
Yes. It's so satisfying. There was a lot of JRPGs that had like fun, like extra mechanics that you had no idea, like Legend of Dragoon and fucking like Chrono Trigger had some really cool shit too, and that was a very old game.
Oh, it does.
But Final Fantasy has always like, I guess, surprised me and like made me happy about said surprises. Right now, my favorite Final Fantasy of all time is still 14, actually, right now.
Oh, 14 is so good.
It's
14 is 14 is like not only just like a love letter to all of Final Fantasy, but it's just like so like well meticulously like made.
Yeah.
To just respect everything.
It makes me so happy because I have been playing Final Fantasy 14 since the beta, actually.
Oh wow.
So I've been playing right when they switched over. They're like, okay, I swear this one's gonna be good, because I got a beta code for the first time they came out, and I was like, oh man, I was really busy. I was like I forget if it was like my senior year of college or something. It was something like that where I was really busy at work. I don't remember when exactly. And I was like,
it was only like, here 3 days.
Yeah,
good luck.
And I didn't get to do it the first time it came out. And then all my friends who did were like, oh, it's a good, Gobbie, I'm so glad you didn't. It sucked. And I was like, cool, okay, so I feel better about that. And then when they were like, we're gonna burn it to the ground and do it again. Here's a new beta code. And I was like, okay.
Bahamut, we need a favor. Can you just like nuke everything, and then we'll pick up from the
the ashes, literally. And it was so good. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. There were still some hiccups from the old game, but like, I think the best part about 14 is that they're not afraid to kind of throw out what they don't like and continue.
Yes.
And that like even old stuff like now, you know, I started as a paladin in 14. On the PS3 actually.
Oh yeah, no. Same here actually. PS3 OG.
Yeah! Okay, and then I switched to the PS4, and then I was like, oh, I want to try healer, and I couldn't do it on the PS4 properly, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it on PC. So
healing is so hard. I have the double tap R2 and double tap L2 to get for the extra bars, and I'm like, this is insane. Yeah. This is insanity.
No, that's exactly. I was breaking PS4 controllers so much that I was like, no, I'm just gonna get it on PC. You know, I'm just gonna get a better PC. I'm gonna play it on PC, and that's what I did. And that because I was a tank back then, you know, they didn't have markers to say when a tank buster was coming. You had to just learn for getting your ass handed to you whether or not it was a tank buster, and remember the name of the thing the guy said right as he kicked your ass. So you had to kind of guess and then be like, oh, that was a tank buster. Oh, I'm in very much pain. Hold on. It was called Burdaplin. All right, cool. Next time Burdapplin's coming up, I'm going to do it. Like, it sucks so much. And now there's a big old red marker that's like, hey, bitch, it's time. You know? Like,
it's time.
You don't know how good you have it now.
Oh, it's yeah, no, you're right. It's changed so much. Like, they used to they've always had like the arrows come in close, but then like the arrows spread out. I remember that was never a thing up until what, like the very end of
At the
Shadowbringer or
end of
something like
Shadowbringers,
that.
when they started like,
Uh,
oh my god, yeah. I remember.
so when everyone's like, "Get away from me! No, get away from me! I'm targeted!" Everyone's like, "I will come hug you," and it's like, "Oh, you're dead.
You're
Why?"
dead. Bye. Hope you enjoyed life while you had it. I think that's another thing that I really love is the mechanics, like the raid mechanics. Like now they're bringing it into like the main story as much as, because I did raid as well. And one of the things I
Mhm.
really loved was back then, I remember there was a time when Shinryu would kill so many people on normal
Yes.
that they
Yep.
actually had to nerf him. And I
They
remember
it's such a serious nerf.
it was such
Like
a big nerf.
like the fight became like too. I don't want to say it became too easy because you still have to learn
Yeah.
not to get like knocked off the stage.
But
But
it's
oh,
night
it
and
was
day.
drastic.
I remember
It was drastic.
I remember I did it. I did it with a group after like a full day of practicing it and going over and over. And we're like, this is a story fight? And we were here
Yeah.
trying to do it over and over and over again. And we beat it. And later that week, it got nerfed. And we were like,
Yeah, same here. It was like the weekend before. Like I was just in a pug group and it took us like 7 tries and then we finally got it.
Yeah, I was like, and we took all day learning the mechanics. We didn't look anything up. And I remember being like, wow, we're the few that got through. So many people couldn't get through. Like, it was literally a DPS check for everyone. It was like, okay, and you
Mhm.
guys like, could you be a raid group? Yes or no? And that was your kind of check. Can you not get past the story? This is a problem. You know,
And look, if you're gonna have a problem here, you're gonna have a problem with everything going forward because we're not gonna get any easier.
No, and and that was it. Like it was like baby's first raid for a lot of people, and they didn't really understand because the people who hadn't been raiding were like, "What the fuck does this mechanic mean?" You know, like there were certain things that they'd only seen in like the turns of Bahamut at the time. So when you see it in Shinryu and shit, you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh man, Turns of Bahamut. I feel so bad for the Turns of Bahamut. Like
That you can spank
I used
them
to
now?
I just used to get on Party Finder and be like, hey, does anybody want the cutscenes because no one does this? I'll just run you through it so that you can actually like see the story. 'Cause
Absolutely.
poor Alice A she gets so much character building there, and people are just like, oh yeah, she pops up in the third one. No,
No!
she's there.
She's always been here. Yeah, oh my god. The turns of Bahamut were really fun. Really fun. And when they were cutting edge content in the beginning, they were hard. They were actually
Yeah.
hard. Like Titania, Twintania was really fucking hard. And
Really hard.
and now it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go over and give her a little kissy. Don't worry, I'm just gonna
There's one.
oh, she's dead. Oopsies. Oops. Like Raffalacia and Twintania, you would get your ass handed to you. And there are people even to this day that I read with that are like, God, do you remember how fucking hard Raffalacia was? And it's like, yes. Like we're scarred by it, but people are like, I spank her on a Tuesday, you know, like it's funny because the times have changed.
It's been a drastic like power. I don't want to call it power creep, but just like your character gets stronger, like
Yeah.
seriously stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think about it, but then you go back. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna push over Garuda. All
Oops,
right.
Goodbye. Oh my god. That one of the hardest fights I remember that like this one I really loved because it was hard was Shiva. The first really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I actually went to a convention where Square had a booth at the time. And if you beat Shiva in a pug, you would get a t-shirt. And I loved it. I got in line. I remember waiting and I got my t-shirt and I was like, I survived the pug of Shiva! Like I was like so freaking excited. Because back then pugs were not great at Shiva.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, some pugs still aren't that
I was
great
about
at
to say,
Shiva.
pugs still have trouble with Shiva.
There are 2 Shivas now they can have trouble with.
Right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah. Fuck. And then when they brought Unreals back, I remember getting spanked again and being like, yep, this feels like Shiva, all right. Yep, this feels right.
Mhm.
14's just so good.
It is amazing. I need to go back and finish it. I did the problem before Endwalker came out, where I was like, I want to. I don't want to stop playing and then start with Endwalker, but what can I do? I've done most content. Oh, look at this. Is this island? What's this called? Eureka? I guess I'll do this.
Oh no, you.
I did all of Eureka in like a month and a half.
Oh my.
And afterwards, I was so burnt out. I was just like, I was the little like meme where you're smoking and like the ghost is coming from your mouth.
That's exactly it.
That was Eureka. That was Eureka.
Poor hamster. I'm so sorry. That sucks. That sucks. I'm still the grindy parts of the game. Like I personally have like a lot of the classes unlocked and to level 50 or higher. But when it comes to crafting, I can't. Like my brain turns off. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't. I have fissured at an 80, and that's it. That's that.
Fishing's still fun.
Yeah.
I love hitting rocks.
Oh,
sometimes I would just hit rocks.
The gathering ones are fun, but the crafting ones, my brain, I don't know what it is, but my friends are all like, you could have been a crafter by now. You've been here long enough. And I was like, yeah, but that means that I wasn't, grinding for birds or some shit,
I gotta get all of my birds.
Gotta get all the birds, gotta get all the ponies, gotta get all the dogs, gotta get all the dragons. How else will I live? How else will I live?
I was still one dog short.
Oh no, I think I'm a dog short. I think I have to double check. I have to double check where I am. But I think I still need the Rathalos mount, honestly. But there's some.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a grind.
Right.
Let me tell you.
I love it though. I'll do it. I mean, I'll do it, but I know it's a grind. It's one of those things where it's like I could do this, but time has only gotten out of my hands less and less, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to wait until I have like a week straight to dedicate to this, and then
exactly.
Yeah, I actually resumped recently just so I could like kind of catch up a bit. I try to like give myself a few weeks of peace, and like so that way I don't get burnt out on MMOs. So I give myself.
Yeah, no, it's you gotta find a good balance because otherwise you will just like drain yourself.
Exactly, absolutely. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm fine for like I'll give myself at least 3 months off just to be like, no, I'm not coming back unless there's a really cool fucking like item at a holiday. Then I will come back for that, and then I'll dip. But usually I just try to give myself time because MMOs are draining. Like they can be, especially if you're grinding or raiding or something. Sometimes after I finish a raid, I'm like, okay, I'm not touching this for 3 months. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just done. Like I get to a point and I go, I don't want to hate this game. I'm going to stop.
Oh man, what was it? On the battlefield plains, like a red chocobo fight. Sometimes you just have like sometimes you just have a really, really bad red chocobo fight, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm done for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. The red common fight's like one of the funniest, like, oh, it's just a chocobo. I should be able to kill this. No, he summons comets. You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked.
Oh, man. I showed my friends, and they're like, I don't get it. And then I showed them the actual fight, and they go, oh.
No.
And it sucked. Like I was a gunbreaker. I was like the last guy alive. I'm like, I'm staying alive. I'm hurting it, but I can't beat it before the time goes to 0. Ah.
That's so fucking funny. I can't. It's so good. It's so good. Like that. To be fair, I love Final Fantasy's community. I love like I never got to play. No, I did. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah, same. I played a little bit on launch, and I didn't get it at the time.
Yeah.
And then I played about a month, like about a year ago, I'd say. And I did get it, but it's an entirely different game.
Yeah.
Like the amount of walking you have to do, it almost feels more like an Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, it's definitely more Elder Scrolls than 14 is, and it's a trek. It's once you play 14, it's hard to like go back to older MMOs, honestly. Because it's been kind of cleaned up over the years in a way.
So clean.
Yeah, that like I was actually a WoW player prior to Final Fantasy 14 as well. And
Oh man, so when the echo pops up and you start seeing where enemies can actually do their hitboxes, I bet that was a huge
oh my
relief.
God. I converted quite a few of my friends over to 14 because of not only housing, even though housing is impossible to get, but but also because of the rating, because they were like, wait, that's shown to you? That's shown to you? And I was like, yeah, it wasn't at first, but like they've learned through like not only older MMOs that Square has done, but it's also like taking from several different games to be like, oh, okay, we could just make this easier or harder, but more fun and implementing it in this gorgeous new game. I tried to go back to WoW after playing 14, and it just looked so shitty comparatively. I just remember being like, oh God, no, I don't want to be here actually.
Like,
Yeah, it just felt weird. It felt weird going back. It's like a step backward instead of forward. Because, like, like, there's still problems, of course. Like, there's still, like, little hiccups fucking around EX, like, there's still things that happen that make me go, oh, fuck. Especially DLC launch, like, whenever an expansion launches. Like, it takes forever
Yeah.
to get in. Like, it doesn't
Yup.
it doesn't not have problems. But when I think about, like, the community and the people listening and being like, oh, we should update this, I think of Final Fantasy 14 versus Blizzard, who never updated anything ever and then just updated shit that they wanted to do or premiumed or made shit more expensive. I was just like, I get free content from Yoshi P all the time before an expansion. Like, I get free DLC until the next expansion for 2 years. I might as well,
Yeah. No, the amount of like the work that goes into the updates and the details into the patches are always like staggering. It's never like, oh yeah, minor updates. It's like, no, this is the numbers. This is what we did.
You get entire huge storyline beats. You get like so much shit in the times between
You get Hildebrand.
You get Hildebrand. You get Hildebrand. Like you get so much funny shit. Hildebrand's so good, and it's a throwaway joke that they've continued. What?
I laugh so hard, like the deepest belly laughs on Hildebrand. It's so goofy.
I love it. You can tell they're having the fucking best time breaking the model faces just to make Hildebrand's faces work.
Yes!
It's that that they're just having a little giggle, a little laugh, a little gaff about it, and I fucking love it. I love it. I love it.
Also Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh just pop, like you say, like Chocobo and Moogle popping up. When Gilgamesh pops up and stuff, I'm like,
God.
oh,
Every
it's your
time.
boy! It's your boy!
Yeah, boy! I loved it. And even having like Vivi having a story, it's like, no, that's not their real name. It's Vivi. And I was like, I fucking knew it was Vivi.
Oh man, I loved it. Oh.
It's so good. There's just so much to do in the game, and like even when you think you've gotten to a point where you're excited about like, oh, new content, there's even more shit. There's just so much shit. I love. Oh, speaking of just the primals and shit, the music is my absolute favorite thing. I actually have the collector's vinyl collection of it because I loved it so much. I was like, I'm buying it. Fuck it, I don't care. It doesn't have every single song on it, but it has a lot of my absolute favorites. And just Soken does such a good job making each of the songs unique to the primal. Not even unique to the game. Like the games, half of the time, the song doesn't fit the game at all. It fits the primal and the game it's from, which is hilarious.
Oh man, when the diamond dust hits and the guitar riff starts, you know you're at the next phase.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely. It's like, oh, next phase. Oh, we got her.
It's like, I don't want to finish the fight. I'm too busy rocking out.
sorry. I'm too busy listening. The new one that I have listened. I haven't even done the fight yet because I just resubbed. Is the Rubicante fight from and I am so excited because it has dueling fucking choirs in it. I listened to it on repeat because it's dueling choirs. They have literally the high points and the low points of the choir singing against each other in the Rubicante fight. I'm losing my mind. It's so good.
I never would have expected the Four Fiends would be like raid fights like that.
Oh, I love them. I love them so much. And like, I'm just excited to play them. I haven't even looked at the fights. I've just listened to the music and I'm like, no, I'm ready. I'm so ready. And they're so different for each one of the fiends. It's so good. One is like like a little jig, like a little like I think for the lover, it's like this beautiful, gorgeous jig next to the Rubicante choir shit. Like it's and it also has like a cool riff. I'm losing my mind. It's so good. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's I don't know. There's something about the utter lack of giving a fuck whenever you hear a song. Like it's just like, okay, this one is Ravana. It's just got a like it's just done. Like or Leviathan.
We got a combining robot. What do you got? We got forward and back and then forward and back and moving forward and back.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's like you're saying it and you're like, this is so stupid. This is so forward and back and then. It's so
yes.
good. It's so good.
Oh man, that's an OST I can just like always have on in the background. Just
Alexander, yeah. I mean, like everything, all of the freaking Primal songs are just slaps. They slap so hard, and they're so iconic. You know exactly what Primal it is from the song without even thinking. The only one that you go, oh wait, which one is it? Is when you're in Alexander because there's so many fucking Alexander fights. So you're like, wait, okay, this is this one Alexander specifically. It's so good. It's so good. And there's no reason. They shouldn't slap so hard. They didn't have to go this hard.
Can you make some generic background music? No.
No.
We can make the most epic background music. I'm sorry, did you like Final Fantasy music? Did you like Final Fantasy music wrapped up to 11?
Yeah.
11 out of what? 2!
It was supposed to be a 2. It's a 12. Like, no, Soken, even though Soken was literally in the hospital, he was still fucking writing shit. Like, ugh.
Oh, man.
Hero. Hero.
Find someone that looks at you the way Yoshi P looks at Soken.
Who will literally cry for you on fucking live television.
Man.
I broke my fucking heart when they fucking told, like, when they like had the big announcement of where he'd been this whole time, and they were all crying because of how much, like, they didn't want to say it. Like, it was so sad. I was like, oh, why are you doing this to me?
Oh, it's legendary.
Oh my god. Actually, I met Yoshi P by mistake one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was at a PAX, actually. I went to a PAX, and I was near the Final Fantasy booth, and I had
the better E3.
Yeah. And I walked into a guy, and I was wearing I was actually Garnet from Final Fantasy 9 at the time. The runaway outfit when she runs away.
Yeah.
And I was really excited. And someone had told me earlier, oh, I really like your outfit. And I was like, oh, thank you. And that one, which my friend laughed at me later and was like, I'm pretty sure that was Tetsuya Nomura. And I was like, what?
You know, just chilling.
And then I bumped into a guy and he was like, oh, you're Garnet. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, really cool. And then he walked away and it was just like really nice. He was wearing ripped jeans, a ripped cardigan, and a dirty t-shirt. And he walks to the head of a line and starts signing autographs. And I look up and I go, who the fuck is that? And then I'm like, I go to the front of the line and go, oh my fucking God, it's Yoshi P. I just bumped into Yoshi. I fucking jumped out. Oh my God, he just touched Yoshi P. Like,
never watching this cloak again.
It was like one of those things where, like, I have a lot of those where I by mistake bump into people and then I talk to them and then I walk away and like a friend of mine will be like, what the fuck did you just do? And I'm like, I don't know. What happened? And they're like, that's someone you didn't know is famous, but is famous. I'm like, oh, okay, bye. But this was one that, like, it was so, if like, I know he is a casual guy. I know when I see him at, like, on, like, letters and stuff, he's very casual. He usually wears t-shirts, but I don't know why it didn't click in my head. I'm at a convention. I could have run into this guy. And until I saw him in his, like, dirty t-shirt, ripped cardigan, and ripped pants. Then I went, oh no!
It's crazy, like I guess like the fashion sense that those older like Japanese developers have, because they're like, yeah, 90s American movies have the best fashion, and you don't think about it, and then you see them and they're like, oh wow.
Yeah, he literally he looked like he was a con goer, just chilling. He just was chilling. I didn't put two and two together until he got to the front of the line.
I go to a con and I'm like, is that someone dressed as Hideo Kojima, or is that just Hideo Kojima? He's wearing a Die Hard shirt, so I can't tell the difference.
I can't tell. Is a big Emil head? Is that Yoko Taro or?
Or is it the director of Tekken? It's in disguise.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Oh, video games are awesome. Holy shit. I love them so much.
It's JRPGs and Final Fantasy just have a really big place in my heart. And like video games just in general have always been a big part. I started when I was 5 years old. I actually had a really bad case of the chicken pox.
Oh no!
It lasted for over a month, and I was starting.
Yeah, no, those bad cases.
Yeah, it was like one of the last cases. Honestly, like it was right when the shots started coming out, and the doctor was like, "Oh, you need to take this something. You have to put this child in front of something and get her hands busy because she's scarring now. Like it's a bad case." And so they were like, you don't have to be hospitalized, or you could be hospitalized, but you need to get your hands out of scratching. So my mom sat me in front of my brother's old SNES, and I played Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Oh,
which was one of
I love it.
Which is one of Square's first collaborations with Nintendo, and actually influenced Final Fantasy VII. You know, like it is one of the big JRPGs that like go unsung hero that influenced the genre as a whole. And that was my first game that I finished, and then Mega Man X, and so like those two are like what I remember. Like I beat those games as a child. I tried to fucking beat Sigma again as an adult, couldn't do it, but I was like 5-year-old we did it.
Wolf Sigma is a pain in the butt. I don't blame you there.
But that's I fell in love with games and I never stopped. And it was definitely these types of games that like had a place in my heart, took my mind away from the pain I was in to fucking become what I do now, and that fucking stream into it. You know, like it's so nice to be able to share this passion with so many people. You know.
Hells yeah. No, I've met all like the best people in my life through gaming, and so it's just like the connections it kind of brings is just like people don't think about it. They think, oh, you're just sitting in your room playing alone. It's like no, it's always more than that.
It's so much more because when you're, especially even if it's multiplayer games, right? Like when Halo came out and everyone was LAN partying, right? Or
oh man, the Halo 2 era.
Yeah, exactly. When everyone was like taking their Xboxes, linking them up with so many cords and cables, different TVs. Don't look at my TV. I'm over here across the room. I can't look at your TV.
Screen watcher.
Yeah, it was so cute and so adorable when I think back to how crazy it was back then, right? My brother, I have an older brother, so a lot of the stuff I got later after like he was already on a next system, and here I am like, I want a LAN party. But I just remember thinking like how crazy it was, how the technology was changing, how even on single player games, even to now, right? When you play like Breath of the Wild, right? How that was such a multiplayer experience anyway, because I called to my friends and were like, what did you do with this dungeon? Because I just did it this way. You know, it was such a, like, I have to call you right now. Did you finish this one temple in the middle of this bitch? All right. How did you do it? Because I did it this way. Like, it was so cool. It's so cool.
It really is. I remember Demon Souls on PS3. Before Souls were a big thing, the community had to like work together with everyone to try and figure anything out. It's like, hey, I found this item. Oh, I've never found that item. How did you? Oh, well, I jumped off the ledge a lot because I was bored, and then suddenly like everything got a lot tougher, and then I started to find more like special weapons.
Oh my god!
And so everyone's just throwing themselves off the cliff to get the Black World tendency, just so they can get fancy swords, and it's just like, whoa. Whoa!
I love it. I still love it. I love it so much. And like that's why I like the rating in Final Fantasy 14.
I was about to say the rating is just like that. It's like I got to do the weapons like right when they came out.
Very good.
That is like, all right, let's just smash our head against this until everything clicks.
Yeah, let's just keep. I love doing patch day, like day of like runs of raids are like one of my absolute favorite things because you don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yes.
And so there's no one to follow. There's no one guy who knows where the fuck he's doing. You're just all doing it, trying to figure it out. And then you're all collaborating, going like, there's not a video on this yet. I think we have to go left, right, up, down. Okay, this one does say we have to stack, but how do we get it to the stack while we're on the other side of the fucking room? There's gotta be something, like, it's so cool and still collaborative in that way that it's not easy, like it's not like the easy, I can just sit down and press A the whole time. Sometimes it's like, oh no, I have to rescue this guy before he kills us all. Like,
oh man. Hey, white mage, can you do a pull? Oh, Jesus Christ! Hopefully. Those last-minute dancer dashes. It's like, please let me make it into the spot.
I've had people panic at the last second, like, wait, is she not supposed to be there? And pull the tank into like a thing I'm not supposed to be in. And and I'd be like, ... and they'd be like, I wasn't supposed to pull you there. You were supposed to stand there and take it. And I'm like, yep, I was supposed to. That's why I was not standing with you, so I would not kill you in the whole raid. But you just killed the whole raid.
Oh, I love those. It's like, here's the death beam specifically for the tank. Someone's like, here, come join us. No!
I was doing it for a reason.
They're like, I am helping.
No, you're not. You wish you were helping. I want you to be helping.
You made a clippable moment we'll never forget.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you will live on in my memories forever. For better or for worse, motherfucker, you're here.
Oh, man. So, what are a few of like your favorite characters in Final Fantasy? Like, not game, but just like characters overall.
That is a question.
It's so hard. There's too many to pick from.
I talked about Ferris before. I love Vivi as a character. I really love Vivi.
Vivi's such a good boy. I want to hug him so.
Yes, 100%. Freya, I love Freya. Like a lot of people don't think of Freya as much as they think of like all the like Garnet and the main characters. But Freya in 9 is one of my absolute, like, such a tragic character. Such a wonderful story that she has to go through to find her lover who doesn't remember she exists. Like, just really cool.
Yeah, it's so Shakespearean, honestly. Like,
it's heartbreaking angst. Like, it's this person who's been looking for you for so long, and you find them and can't remember who you are. It's so sad.
And then she's like, whatever, I'll just make him fall in love with me again. I don't care.
What a badass. She didn't let her take her down. She was just like, nah, I'm just gonna make him fall in love with me again. Whatever. Like, she just, such a good character. Such a good fucking character. And, oh, God. I think I really love, oh, God. Okay, so, I love Freya from 9. From 10, I really love, Riku, probably. I really love Riku.
Oh, Riku's great.
Love Riku.
Riku's so sweet.
I love Yuffie from 7, just because she's a little shit when you meet her.
Yeah.
I love her. She's a little gremlin. Like, I just adore her. She's just that gremlin.
She's a totes gremlin energy.
Yeah, like, such a dark game, and here's this bright spot of energy. Like, yeah, Tifa was like very, very like positive, but then you get like this youthful version of her that is even more like, so like, yeah, I steal things. I'm excited. Here we go.
We could follow the rules, or we could just do it anyway.
I'm gonna not, though. You guys can follow the rules, though, if you want to. If you want to be lame or whatever, that's cool, but I'm not gonna.
They do her character so well in remake, like, just
Yeah, I have to play through the remake. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about that.
You'll have a good time. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Shit. I didn't get to play through all of 12 because I got stuck on the fact that I really hated the fact you need a license to wear like any armor, like a helmet. Like, you need a license. That I literally could not play it because I was so angry that I needed licenses to put on armor. I know they take that away in Zodiac Age, but I still couldn't. I was just like, I'll play it one day, but right now this is not my time.
No, yeah, I was right there with you. Like, at first FF12 PS2, I got the Collector's Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bounced off of it after an hour. I'm like, I don't know. I just can't. This isn't what I need right now in a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went back to the Zodiac edition and I just I tore through it so much. I'm like, there's such a good story here. Why did the PS2 version say I can't wear
I was
clothes?
so it literally turned me off instantly from the game. I was so like I grinded for one piece of fucking armor and then I couldn't even put it on. I couldn't even put it on. I was so angry. I was like, I can't play this game. I know I'm being really, really like a stickler about this, but I just can't. I can't. And somebody of my friends like, no, the story is good. I was like, I can't wear a helmet without a piece of paper.
I'm not a Vieira. Let me wear a hat.
Right, exactly. I was so upset. I was so to this day, even my chat makes fun of me because that's still like a freaking like sticking point. They're like, "We're gonna make you play that game," and I was like, "Okay, I will." It's not that I don't want to play the game. It's it's just it angered me so much as a kid that it still sticks with me. This anger, even now. For 14, that's the hardest question because I love the cast of Final Fantasy 14.
They're all so good.
That's one of the things is that you feel like the Warrior of Light is you, and that these are your friends, and that's why Endwalker hurts so much. Endwalker hurt me so much because I had been my Lalafell for literally at that point almost a decade. It's been almost a decade since I've been this little Lala. So for me, I seeing my characters like saying like you've been with me this whole time. I'm like, you're right. I fucking have like this whole time, and like I love
years and years and years.
I can't not say that I love these characters. Like that's the hardest thing is like when I see each of them, I go, no, I still love them. I love them all. Like Alphino and Alice and Graha. Like I love them all, and it's one of those things where like when they're like, oh, you get to choose one to hang out with, one to have a little date with. I'm like, oh fuck. I actively like
I imagine looking at the stats and just like Y'shtola just probably kind of has like an 80% win just so that once she starts getting that mommy energy, everyone's just like, step on me, Y'shtola, please.
Step on me, please, mommy, please, mommy, please, mommy, please. Yeah, absolutely. I actually went back and did every single one. Like after I did the first one, I went back to the book because if you go back to the book in your room, you can actually
yes.
So I did every single one, so I would see everybody as like different ones for Endwalker because I thought it was really fun. I was like, I wonder what the other 10 options were, and it was really cool. It was really cool. I just sat there for like over an hour watching all of them, and it was really traumatic.
I believe it.
But I needed to because it's hard to choose one person from 14. I think 14's just got it's hooks in my heart for being like, I've been the Warrior of Light for almost a decade now. Like it's hard to say, yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I love all of them. I love when a character is like actually dead when they die. I'm just devastated. I'm just devastated.
Oh, they're all so lovely. Really, there's really no bad characters, I want to say, in like all of Final Fantasy. Like there's some like everyone like doesn't like as much as others. Like you said, Amarant and 9 doesn't really get a lot of like development. So
yeah.
A lot of people just kind of like, but I mean, he's still kind of cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
still cool. Like he's still
he still punches things.
That's exactly it. Like there are people that see him and go, I want to be like him, and still like him, even though he joins your team last, so he doesn't have as much character development as literally anyone else. He's just like, I like to punch things. I think Zidane kicked my ass one time, and now I'm his friend. Like because I want to kick his ass one day. That's it.
Because that's the kind of life we live. That's a true bro shit.
But that's exactly it. Like there are people who love characters like that. The people who play like human warriors in D&D love that shit. Like it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's a valid reason to like Amarant, and he's just, in my opinion, the weakest, but still a really good character.
Yup. So, what do you think about 16 coming out? The future of Final Fantasy is not final, so
it's never final, is it? It's hard. It's really hard because it kind of reminds me of Dark Souls, which I'm actually starting to play for the first time this year. So for me, it looks like Final Fantasy and Dark Souls had a little baby, and I kind of wish it had more Dark Souls fighting, I guess, because the thing I feel about like not only 15 but also like Kingdom Hearts, the new Kingdom Hearts, that I really
Yeah.
didn't like was the controls, or the fighting system to me felt flighty is the only word I could say for it, where it felt too loose. Like I pressed one
Yes.
button and 15 things happen. And for me, that was too much. Like I wanted to like plan and do all these things. Like I wanted to kind of make those choices feel more like a Dark Souls, I guess. And so when I saw that, you're this main character and it does feel Dark Soulsy, so I'm hoping that when I think the demo is supposed to come out in a month or so, on
Yeah, pretty soon.
yeah, that I can see that. I don't have a PS5 though, so I'm gonna have to wait no
Oh
matter
no.
what. But I'm excited to see how it looks at the very least when it comes out, because eventually it'll probably come to PC. Let's be honest, even though
Yeah, no.
they're saying
it
no,
probably,
but it's probably
it will.
it will.
It will eventually.
There's not enough people in the world that have fucking PS5s. They're going to make that money. They need that bread, But yeah, I am kind of excited. I like that it kind of feels like it's going to like its fantasy roots in a way. Where it's like this
Yeah, hardcore dark fantasy.
Right.
It's like, all right, let's just throw. Oh, I don't even know what they're calling them in this game. We were just talking about it before.
Oh my
What are they called? What are they called? What are they
I'm gonna
called?
literally look it up right now. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. let's just shove them in people this time.
Yeah, we're gonna just put it inside of you, so it's good enough, right? Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh god, yeah, but I do think that it feels more like the first one or the second one, like the original ones where it was dark, but it was like cute pixel art, but still very dark. Bad shit happened,
That shit happens. You know how many cities get blown up in Final Fantasy II?
Yeah.
Over half of them.
Most of them are gone, okay? People died, and a lot of people are like, no, it's cute, and look at all this cute art. No, there were child soldiers. A lot of people died, okay? There's not, I don't know what to tell you. So it does go back to that feeling of like grim, dark, medieval kind of feel, I guess is the best way to put it. Kind of Game of Thronesy, I guess.
Very much, yeah.
And so I'm excited to see what they do with it. And Yoshi P, from our 14 fame, is in charge of it. And he has a level of like, I don't like putting out things when they're not ready. I don't like putting out things unless they actually feel good. And he has people that he has given 14 to that he trusts, and he is still overwatching, of course, but like he feels confident going forward. And like and I believe that. And the times that Yoshi P has literally said, I need to take this time because I don't think it's up to par, we've believed him, and he's done. He's always delivered, in my opinion. And so
most def.
If he's going to say it again, even if at the day of he goes, guys, I need one more day, I will give him that day. I trust this man enough to give that, because literally I've trusted him for 10 years. There's no reason why I should not trust him now.
He's got a good record.
He's got a good record. Yes, does he have to fucking like listen to higher ups and do what he has to do? Yes, 100%. He's gonna try to do his best. But at the end of the day, he's got to make he's trying to make a game that isn't being shit on, which is, in the past few years, unfortunately, Final Fantasy has been shit on. Sorry, Yoshi P. You have 14, and that's not as shit on as literally everything else. And so you have a lot of shoes to fill. You got a lot going on. You got a lot on your back, and I feel really bad for you. So that's why I'm actually okay with me not buying it day one for the first time in my entire life. Like I usually am like a buy day one Final Fantasy fan, but
yeah,
for this I'm actually okay with taking my time, especially because I don't even fucking have the system, just to see how it goes, because I am very excited for Yoshi P being in charge of this, but I do want to take a minute and do it because 14. Because 15 and 13, I was just like, okay, these are fine, but they're not what I wanted, So.
Oh, I could go on a good rant about 15.
Yeah, yeah, boy band of the game. Yeah, I'm very much like, I was disappointed. I didn't feel like they put the Final Fantasy polish that the old games had on it, and that's
it was the victim of besides the whole delay from like verses 13 to 15, like it
Yes.
definitely didn't have enough time like in the oven.
Yeah.
It's entirely clear, especially from the second round of DLC, um, which I will say this, the novelization of the second round of DLC is such a better ending that it's criminal that we didn't get to see that via gameplay.
Ugh, so it's I'm like a lot of games have that problem of it wasn't ready. If they had time, they would have done like if they had said I need a little bit more time in the oven, I'm sure people would. Of course, there's always the people that would be like, fuck you. But honestly, I would have given it to them if I knew that the ending was like able to come out later. If I waited, I would have done it. You know, like it's.
Yeah, no, but definitely.
And that's so many games. That's so many games that like it would have been good if they had more time, if they weren't rushed out the door. And that's so shitty. And it's 100% the gaming industry, unfortunately, especially in the past 10 years, that like, we need game done now, not 10 months from now when it should be done. We need game at now.
We need game, need money.
Need money.
Yes.
The oven is only on preheat though. Like we haven't even done the baking. No, it's going out the door.
Oh man, I just see like Atamos and what's the octopus's name?
Ultros.
Ultros, yeah.
Yeah.
This Ultros is just CEO, and just Atmos is just like a money vacuum. He's like, no, he needs more money.
Yeah, he's just sucking. Keep him in.
Feed him.
Yeah, I mean, I am a junkie of 100%. Like I just got Theorhythm. Like I definitely.
Oh, I want to play Final Bar so
Oh my
bad.
God.
It's got all the songs.
Well, you can play Final Bar, like the demo of Final Bar, on the Nintendo store for free, and you get like 20 to 30 free songs just.
Oh wait, it's got that many. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
so you can, and then if you do buy it like later when it's on sale, that does transfer over to the main game. So
I know what I'm doing after this.
Yeah. So that's actually what I did is I started playing it. I was like, do I love it as much as I loved it on the 3DS? And then halfway through, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna fucking buy it. But I these games are ones that, you know, when I had an iPod, you know, I had, instead of just all top hits, I had literally the soundtracks of these songs, you know, of these games on there. And people are like, what are you listening to right now? And I was like, the Seymour fight, you know? It's really good. This is Cooge's theme, you know, like they're looking at me like I'm insane.
Why are you crying? This is the song plays when Squall catches Renoa in space.
So sad. This is the song where Kuja beat up, like, killed all the Burmesians and they found out and he beats your whole team. It's so sad.
And he does it fabulously.
He does. He fucking does. He looks gorgeous. He looks gorgeous while he's doing it. This is the scene where
Got a style.
Kefka kicks your ass. You know, like, there's just so many really wonderful, iconic songs. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of like the things that I really love is the main theme, the being put into, like, in Final Fantasy, putting that in Nier when the Nier raids happen. There is like that line through.
Oh my god, that Nier music!
The Nier music fucks so hard. There's no reason it should fuck this hard. It's Nier, of course it's gonna fuck. But then they put the Final Fantasy theme through it, and I was like crying. I was like, this is the coolest fucking shit ever. It's but like every time there's a starting music, I hear that and I get pumped, and it's just so nostalgic for me that at this point it's just a part of my brain composition.
Yeah. I've got these notes in my DNA. Instead of like atoms, you just see music notes.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's like there are things about this game that I didn't even know I know until like someone brings it up, and I'm like, did you know? Like it's not like I had that information ready. It's not like I prepared it. It's like something literally will trigger this moment in the game in my brain, and I'll be like, did you know? Like it's just so good. It's so good, and my favorites. Especially like I definitely have to replay them because I played them very young. Like I took my brother's collection and just played through them because I had the old systems. So like I played them young. So there are chunks of my memory that are baby brain that I would like to get back those moments. I was like, no, I did play that one because I know all of the story beats. But then they're like, well, what about this one character when they died? I'm like, huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Poor Leo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh fuck, that was horrendous. Oh, I gotta replay that. Yeah, it's
I'm
so good.
kind of waiting for the Pixel remaster to come to console, and then I'll probably start like streaming the re-streaming, replaying just all of the old ones again.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I have so much fun watching my friends play for the first time over again, and then
Yeah.
I watch them and I go like, oh my god, this is like, it's like, am I close? And I'm like, you're about this way. You know, there's one part that I'm a little hazy on, so play through it, I'll see it again. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the sad part. Yeah, 100%.
No, I also had a friend go through 2 through 6 like for her first time,
Oh
and
my
so I'm
God.
asking like, oh, what part are you at? She's like this. I'm like, oh, wasn't it crazy when this
Oh my
and this
God.
happened? She's like, yes. Why do you remember that? I'm like, because
I have a friend.
because
I have a friend that
Oh.
literally played the entirety of 10 and is on the last Sin fight and is literally
Ooh.
She has been on the last Sin fight for no joke like 4 years. She refuses to play it because she knows it's going to be sad. She doesn't even know. She has kept it a secret this whole time, but she knows it's going to be sad. Like, she just knows it's going to be sad, and so she refuses to play it. I'm like, you're so close. You just have to play it.
So close. Come on, you have to beat it so you can play 10 too.
Exactly. So that way you can be sad all over again. It doesn't get better. It gets only worse. Oh, fuck. It's so good. So good.
It is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Gabi, I want to thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. This was a blast to talk about all this stuff. And I feel like we could probably go on for like 5 more hours easily.
No, I totally understand. No, I like I said, I don't mind even going back and doing it again another time where we go over them. I don't care. We start doing like an in-depth discussion. I'm here, you know. But
break it down by it.
But it's definitely a game that series that is just close to my heart. I'm glad that it's something I can talk to you about because obviously it's the same for you. So that's it's really fun to talk about something you love with somebody else.
It is. It's one of my favorite things about this show. But please let everyone who is watching know what you've got planned and where they can find you.
Oh, absolutely. So you can find me at GobbieLynne on Twitch. I'm a Twitch partner, so you can find me right there. You can also find me on Twitter at GobbieLynneDem, DEM. And you can also find my YouTube backlog of games as well. This week, I'm going to be doing Hollow Knight tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. And I will also be next week doing a few fun. What am I doing this week? Holy crap! What am I doing? I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You'll find out tomorrow. I post my schedules on Twitter, so that's what you'll find out when I find out, which is probably next week. So when I get to it, you know. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching and for hanging out, and for all the VOD watchers. Make sure to give Gabi a follow and to check them out because they are awesome. And I want everyone to have a lovely night. Let me see. Oh, Yo, You Like That will be taking a break next week, but the second week of March we will resume with more guests, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, streams will go on as they do. Tomorrow we finish up Sly 3, and next Monday we finish up Mega Man X7, so look forward to those.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.